Hi, it's Howard, and if you've looked at any of my social media for like the past 2 years, you probably know that I've been working on a book. And while there are a lot of things that that are personal that I keep to myself and keep off of social media, I've been telling everybody about this from the beginning, so I feel it's only right to let you be here when I see the book for the first time. I started this project, it actually began in August of 2018 when I met Dom O'Hanlon from Methuen Publishing, and he asked me if I'd ever thought about writing a book, and I responded, sure, but nobody's ever asked me to actually do one before. And he said, well, we should talk about your ideas. And I didn't have any specific ideas, but 7 weeks later, I went to London, and I was sort of going anyway, and I had breakfast with Dom, and I had 3 ideas that I was going to pitch him. And I'd always heard that you always pitch the idea you know they're not going to like first, because then they've said no to you and you can move on. And indeed, my first idea wasn't great. And my second idea was a book about the play Our Town. And I discovered that there really hadn't been books about our town, that there had been books certainly about Thornton Wilder, lots of books about Thornton Wilder, but there hadn't been something specifically focused on our town. And at first I thought, oh, do a biography of our town, treat it like that. But that was going to be too much research. So then I had this idea of doing oral histories of fairly recent productions, because in order to do an effective oral history, I needed people to be available to me. I needed people to be alive. So that's what Another Day's Begun is primarily. There's a little bit of history about the play. There's discussions about adaptations of the play, homages to the play, where the play exists in pop culture, but the bulk of the book are these 12 oral histories, and that's Another Day's Begun. So it's my first book. It may be my last book. I have no way of knowing, but for all of you who've tolerated all of my posts and all of you who've expressed a certain amount of pleasure, being pleased with the idea of this book, you get to see it when I do. So in a not particularly compelling unboxing video, here we go. And yes, I'm actually nervous and I am shaking a little bit. So, because this is a big deal, I just want to say, frankly, I'd always dreamed of writing a book. To me, being an author is the coolest thing you could be, but I had long ago stopped thinking it was possible. So that's what you're seeing in me. Oh look, I've torn off this tape and there's nothing there to tear off from. So let's see what we can do from the sides. Oh, that came off easily, and that came off easily, and so here we go. Right side up. It's a book. So this is like really cool. There is, some people ask, is there going to be a hardcover? There is a hardcover. It's primarily for libraries, and it seems fairly clear that I only have the paperbacks, but the paperbacks are what you all are probably going to buy, and so this is it, my first book, and you were there, and thank you for putting up with me while I wrote this. You can read all the books you want. It's not the same as writing one, and it doesn't really teach you how to write one. And I should have bought Writing Nonfiction for Dummies before I launched into this, but I didn't. But here it is, and thank you for your support and your ideas and your suggestions and your comments, and I hope you'll keep them up. And it's early. Officially, the book doesn't come out till January 28th. Yes, you can pre-order now anywhere you buy books. But this is not meant to be a commercial. This is meant to say thank you to all of you who've been there with me through this journey. So, Another Day's Begun, Thornton Wilder's Our Town in the 21st Century, and I hope you like it.